Welcome to C Motor today. We're taking a close look at a motorcycle that has quickly carved out a place in the hearts of riders who want versatility, comfort, excitement, and everyday usability in one package. The 2026 Honda CB200X. From the first moment the camera glides across its sleek, purposeful silhouette, you can sense that this bike isn't just another commuter. It's a companion designed to go deeper, ride longer, and make every journey feel like an experience worth remembering. Whether you're weaving through urban streets, cruising country roads, or venturing onto light gravel paths, the CB200X delivers a ride that's engaging, confident, and fun as the host steps into frame. Helmet under his arm, the CB200X stands ready, bathed in soft morning light. Its bodywork blends sporty aggression with practicality, a muscular fuel tank, refined fairings that streamline airflow, and a higher adventure-inspired stance that says, this bike is ready for more than just pavement. This isn't a bike that waits in garages. This is a motorcycle that gets ridden daily, enthusiastically and without apology, with a twist of the key and push of the starter. The engine comes to life with a crisp, eager hum. It's a sound that's confident without being overwhelming, a perfect reflection of what the CB200X represents. Underneath that refined exterior is a 184cc liquid-cooled, single-cylinder engine tuned for torque and usable power across the rev range. It doesn't scream for attention, but it doesn't hide from it either. The moment you give it throttle, you feel a smooth linear surge that's responsive and composed. This is a bike that rewards finesse and encourages flow. As the CB200X rolls forward, the camera follows with dynamic, low-angle shots that capture the wheels in motion, and suspension working over gentle undulations in the road. The ride feels balanced and composed, not demanding your effort, but inviting your engagement. You don't have to fight this bike. You get to ride it on city streets. The CB200X's maneuverability becomes immediately apparent. Traffic weaves and lights change, and the bike moves with ease. Light enough to feel nimble, stable enough to feel secure. The upright riding position gives remarkable visibility, letting the rider see over cars and anticipate the city's rhythm. With relaxed ergonomics, the ride doesn't feel tense or cramped. Instead, every twist of the wrist and sweep of the handlebars feels natural and intuitive. The digital instrument cluster on the 2026 CB200X is clean, crisp and modern, speed gear position, fuel level, trip information, all laid out in a clear, easy-to-read format. There's no unnecessary clutter, no confusing menus, just what you need when you need it. This bike doesn't complicate your ride with information overload. It supports your focus on the road, the environment, and the moment. As the visuals shift from urban environment to open back road, the CB200X reveals another side of its personality. On these winding rural stretches, the bike feels alive. The engine's torque pulls smoothly through each corner. The chassis leans confidently, and the tires grip with assurance. This is where the CB200X shines, not because it's the most powerful bike in its class, but because it handles with such thoughtful precision. Instead of brute force, you feel control, balance, and flow. The suspension, tuned for both comfort and responsiveness, absorbs the imperfections of the road with ease. Small bumps, uneven patches, and slight elevation changes don't throw you offline or distract you. Instead, the bike soaks them up smoothly, letting your focus remain on the joy of riding. It's a subtle quality, but one that separates a good bike from a great one. As the host continues riding through scenic landscapes, rolling hills and winding byways unfold ahead, the sun glints off the bike's refined bodywork, and the sound of the engine settling into a pleasing, mid-range hum feels like a soundtrack for exploration. Here on these quiet roads where the pace of life slows, the CB200X doesn't feel like a machine. It feels like a partner, a companion on the road who moves with intent. Precision and reliability. One of the standout features of the 2026 model is how Honda has calibrated the ergonomics. The seat height hits that sweet spot between confidence and capability, not so high that it feels intimidating for newer riders, yet not so low that it compromises presence or authority on the bike. Foot peg placement feels natural, and the handlebars hug your posture in a way that doesn't tire you out, even after sustained riding. This balance of comfort and control makes the CB200X one of those bikes that invites you to ride longer, to explore further, and to stay out until the road demands you stop, transitioning from paved roads to light dirt or gravel paths. The CB200X handles terrain changes with surprising grace. It's not a dedicated off-roader, but it has enough composure and ground clearance to take on those everyday adventures that many riders crave: weekend detours, scenic byways, and hidden routes that aren't always paved. On these surfaces, the suspension continues to inspire confidence. There's no awkward bouncing or unsettling feedback, just steady progress and control. The brakes match the bike's character perfectly strong, predictable and balanced, whether slowing into a tight curve or easing to a stop at a countryside lookout. The braking response feels intuitive. This isn't a bike that needs fancy electronic aids to shine. Its fundamentals are simply well-engineered, reliable, and reassuring. As the ride unfolds deeper into the countryside, the host finds a scenic overlook. With a sweeping view of valley and hills, he eases the CB200X to a stop and steps off, removes his helmet, and takes in the vista in that moment of calm. The bike sits quietly beside him, dust and sunlight gently settling on its surfaces. This isn't just a pause in the journey, it's a moment of presence. The kind of moment riders chase because it connects them to the road, the world around them, and to themselves. For newer riders, the Honda CB200X is a brilliant gateway into the world of meaningful adventure riding. It's approachable. It's intuitive. It teaches confidence without overwhelming you. Everything about the bike feels friendly, yet it never feels limited. You can grow with it. You can push your limits with it. You can make memories with it for seasoned riders. The CB200X serves as a refreshing counterpoint to the high-power, high-complication machines often filling garages today. This bike reminds you that engagement, rhythm, and balance are just as thrilling as horsepower figures. It rewards smooth riding, savvy cornering, and open-minded exploration. It's a motorcycle that respects your skill and invites your focus. The sun edges closer to the horizon, now painting the sky with warm hues. The CB200X cruises through quiet fields and rolling countryside, the engine's tone matching the mood calm. Composed and confident, each mile feels intentional. Each moment feels meaningful. This isn't about speed. This is about experience, about being present in the ride, about the subtle connection between rider and machine. And as the ride winds down toward evening, the bike and rider seem to become inseparable. Two elements moving in harmony across road and light and landscape. This is the hallmark of a motorcycle that doesn't just function well, but feels right. The Honda CB200X doesn't shout its capabilities. It lets you feel them on C-Motor. We celebrate motorcycles that move beyond mere transportation. We celebrate machines that stir the soul, that connect you to the road, that make every journey something worth remembering. The 2026 Honda CB200X is one of those motorcycles, a bike that speaks to riders who want adventure without sacrifice, performance without complexity, and connection without compromise. Wherever your next journey begins, tight city streets, winding country roads, or quiet back paths just waiting to be discovered, the CB200X is ready. And from all of us here at C-Motor, thank you for riding along. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because the next horizon is already waiting just beyond the next turn.